Sonic Unleashed was called one of the worst Sonic games ever, but today, fans are begging for a PC port. So, what changed? Well, back in 2008, critics slammed Sonic Unleashed. IGN famously gave it a 4.5 out of 10, calling the Werehog gameplay slow and clunky. Many felt the day levels were great, but the night stages ruined the experience. Bear in mind, when Sonic Unleashed came out in 2008, Sonic's reputation was at an all-time low. After the disaster of Sonic the Hedgehog in 2006, fans were skeptical of anything with Sonic's name on it. The Sonic Unleashed controversy wasn't just about bad reviews. It was about the shift in gameplay. The game alternates between fast-paced daytime stages and slower, combat-focused night stages, which frustrated many fans. For example, the average gameplay time for a daytime stage was around 3 to 5 minutes. But for a nighttime stage, the average gameplay time was 20 to 30 minutes. This frustrated fans, because Sonic games were always known for their fast-paced platforming and high-speed action. Players expected Sonic Unleashed to build on that formula. But the Werehog stages is what really eliminated that fast-paced action. For many, it felt like the game was forcing them to play something that didn't even feel like Sonic. Okay, so you guys must be wondering what I first thought of Sonic Unleashed. Well, when I first played it, I was blown away. This was definitely one of the greatest opening scenes in the history of Sonic games. Like, this game felt way ahead of its time. I feel like people forget that this game came out in 2008. Like, bro, 2008. And for a game from that era, the cinematics were insane. Even with the Werehog that everyone hated, I actually really liked it, because it brought a whole new story and depth to the game. Like, yeah, I get it. Sonic is all about speed. But the Werehog wasn't just some random gimmick. They actually built a whole storyline around it. Think about it. Sonic gets his powers ripped away by Dark Gaia. He's literally cursed. And now he has to deal with this new form while still saving the world. That's a pretty dark and interesting concept for a Sonic game. It made the story feel more personal. This wasn't just Eggman did something evil again. Sonic was actually struggling with something, and it gave the game more emotion and character than most Sonic stories before it. Over time, even the fans began to realize how great this game was. I know I've said this like 5 times, but this game looks so good for 2008. Compare that to something like Sonic Forces, where the levels feel kinda empty. Unleashed had life, personality, and real-world inspirations in its level design. Every stage felt unique, from the sunset in Adabot to the neon-lit rooftops of Chunnan at night. And man, we have to talk about the music, because Sonic Unleashed has one of the best soundtracks in the entire franchise. Back when it first came out, people kind of took it for granted, but over time, fans started to realize just how nostalgic and special this soundtrack really is. Every single track just oozes personality and perfectly matches the world it's set in. The daytime levels have these high-energy orchestral bangers that make you feel like you're flying at supersonic speeds. Meanwhile, the nighttime stages have this jazzy, atmospheric vibe that makes the Werehog sections feel completely different. But what really sets this soundtrack apart is the hub world themes. Each one is carefully crafted to match the culture and feel of that location. That soft, relaxing melody fits the environment so perfectly. Every song was made with so much heart and detail, and that's something a lot of Sonic games don't do as well anymore. Nowadays, when fans hear tracks like Endless Possibilities, or even just the menu music, it instantly hits them with nostalgia. It's the kind of soundtrack that makes you want to go back and replay the game, just to experience that feeling all over again. Sega really put so much love into this game's music, and I think that's a big reason why it's aged so well. At the end of the day, Sonic Unleashed was way ahead of its time. It had stunning visuals, incredible music, fun level design, and a real sense of adventure. And over time, fans have come to appreciate just how special this game really is. But here's the problem. It's still stuck on old hardware. A game this good deserves a PC port. Imagine Sonic Unleashed running at 4K, 60 FPS, with proper mod support. It would be the ultimate way to experience the game. And honestly, Sega has no excuse at this point, especially after porting so many other Sonic games. And that's the reason why I've made a petition to bring Sonic Unleashed to PC. So go ahead and sign that right now in the link in my description, and let's make this change happen.